Man, it's so interesting to feel like when we are at the precipice of doing the things that we actually want to do, yet there are moments where we hold ourselves back from actually doing the thing that we want to be doing. And I noticed that for myself, even in the act of making this video, when I speak in front of people all day, every day, and it's such a big part of my life. Yet, when it comes to something like this, because it's pushing into that threshold of a new unknown territory, it still revisits all of those old feelings and those feelings of, ooh, danger, unknown, not going to be great, needs to be perfect, needs to make sure that this is complete, and comparing it to all of these other channels and all of these other people who are doing the same thing and thinking, oh, well, this person already said this thing, so I can't speak on that thing, or this other person's already doing this thing, so why can't I do that? It's like this noise. It's this noise that our egos are creating to prevent us from actually stepping in and doing the thing. And even another level that I noticed when I was like 18 years old and I was in therapy, every time my therapist would notice that I was kind of drifting and wandering, she would catch me. She would say, "Oh, you dissociated again." And at the time, I had no idea how she knew that I was dissociating. But looking back on it now, because I have a couple clients who, when I'm pushing them, they start to kind of wander and dissociate, and it's like they check out almost. And I could see now that she was probably noticing similar patterns that I've recognized in some of the people that I've worked with when things start to get difficult. And I recognize that when there's something important that I really want to do, that I feel this deep calling to do, but it's pushing against that threshold of an unknown territory, that I will dissociate, that I'll be more likely to go onto my phone and start scrolling, that I'll be more likely to try to find something to clean. And it's all justifiable distractions, things that like need to, I mean, going on my phone is not something that needs to be done, but a project that I've been like putting off that all of a sudden I now have inspiration to do when I scheduled time to do the thing that I really actually wanted to be doing, and it's this negotiation with myself that I find myself like a ping pong fucking battle, just going like, hey, no, like, get it, get it, get it. But what I realized actually today, walking before this, because I was sitting with this tension of, I want to make this video, I want to do videos, I want to make YouTube videos, I want to be a presence known. That I was walking and I was wondering, like, why do I feel so much resistance towards something that I actually want to do? And one that came up was this part that we've just been talking about of pressing that threshold of something that is unknown, and it's a new level of discomfort in a way that my body just needs to get familiar with. But then there's another level of, is this a performance or is this an offering? Right? Like, is this something that, like in the Bhagavad Gita, in that story, Arjuna and Krishna, if you don't know the story, it's a story in Hindu lore of Krishna, who's an incarnation of divinity, and Arjuna, who's a warrior, and he has to fight his own family in this war, and he freezes in the middle of the battlefield because he's conflicted, because he has to quite literally fight his own family, his friends, and things like that. If you're interested about the story, you can look up the story because it's a lot to explain. But it's one of my favorite books, and something that we'll probably talk about as time goes on. And in it, the premise of it is Dharma, right? Dharma is our life's purpose, and it's so interesting how so many people are focusing on what their purpose is, and I have for so long focused on, what's my purpose? What makes me happy? What do I want to do? But focusing on it being me, 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 me. Right? Wayne Dyer has this concept of, when we project to the universe, what can you give me? Give me, give me, give me. The universe responds back with, give me, give me, give me. But then when you do the opposite of, how may I serve? How may I serve? The universe meets you with that same reciprocated energy. And that's because when we're performing on this basis of, ooh, what can I gain from this thing? We are taking away the magic, because the magic comes from what the service can provide to another person. So then by me withholding my voice and my vulnerability by coming on here and being real with you and sharing a message that I feel called to share, I am withholding something that could be of service to another person, therefore being of service to this higher power, therefore not acting my dharma, being Arjuna in the war, in the battlefield, stuck and not acting, even though what he has to do is fucking scary, and it's hard, and it's conflicting, and it's confusing. And sometimes that's just what this fucking thing is, that it's confusing, it's scary, it's conflicting, but it's the work. It's our dharma. It's our purpose. And this purpose thing is a thing that continues to unravel and evolve. And it's not supposed to be one linear thing. Maybe for some people it is. For me, I know my path is multifaceted. It's going to be so diverse. And the things, I'm 27 right now. I'll be 28 in a couple months. And my path has been so weird and all over the place. And yet, when I look back, it all makes perfect sense, because it has given me tools, resources, knowledge, and information that I can now utilize to do this. My gift, one of my gifts of speaking, and I want to do this. And so when I'm over-identifying with my ego of, I really got to make sure that these videos come off strong. I really want to make sure that, I say something that hits and it really connects with people. Like yes, I do want that, but when I'm focusing on me and how I am going to be seen, rather than just what's the most authentic, vibrant form of creation that I can produce that's coming from my heart, my essence, and letting that go. And that's literally in the creative act. I'm pointing to the book that's on my night shelf right now. It's in the creative act. It's, Rick Rubin talks about, it's not about you don't do the art for what other people are thinking of the art. You're doing the art because it's a part of you, and you just have to get it out there. And I feel that's what every beautiful thing in this world, even the earth in and of itself, it's all this offering to give to the world, because it is just what it is. The beauty of a flower isn't a performance. The beauty of a peacock isn't a performance. It's just the beauty of what it is. Now, mind you, I guess in the animal kingdom, birds, spiders, and animals do a performance to please a mate, but that's a different thing, and you know what I'm fucking talking about. Can we focus less on the performing element and it just being an authentic expression, and taking the pressure off of ourselves? Can I take the pressure off of myself of needing this video to be perfect, when not many people are probably going to fucking watch this? If you're watching this still by now, it's 8 minutes and 57 seconds, and however long, I might edit it, the beginning part, but I don't know. If you're still watching this, what the fuck? So I kind of lost my train of thought where I was going there, but oh well. I'm going to allow myself to let this be imperfect, and I'm going to allow this to be a step forward into an unknown world and an unknown territory that I have no idea what it's going to be like. I have no idea what it's going to bring, but I do know that I can't stop denying this part of me that wants to be shown, that wants to come out, because this feels good. Even though right now there's so many things going through my mind, and yet none of it matters, because what's more uncomfortable, right? The fear of doing the thing, or the fear of regret? And I don't really have any regrets in my life, but there was this one moment. I call this analogy in my head when I'm thinking about it is make sure to go ask the girl to dance. I was on a trip with some friends, and we went dancing. It was salsa dancing, and I was really anxious that night, because I was just so in my head, just about certain things going on in my life, and I really wanted to go ask this girl who I thought was beautiful to dance, but I was so nervous on what she was going to think of me, and if I was, because I don't really know how to salsa. I know how to dance, but dancing with another person in that way. I don't know how to do it. And I was like dancing with a couple other people before, and because I was so in my head, I was tripping over my feet, and I just felt so silly, and like it's like fuck. But there was this girl that I saw, and I was so like mesmerized by her, and I wanted to go ask her to dance, and I didn't. I fucking didn't go ask her to dance. And I like left the bar club situation that we were at to go take a second to breathe, because I was just way too much in my head. And I told myself, okay, if she's in there, I'm gonna go ask her to dance. And I come back in and she was gone. And it's like, yeah, dude, like you missed your opportunity because you didn't act. And I felt that inner calling to go act, but yet I didn't listen to myself. I didn't listen to that intuitive voice. And so maybe that was what was supposed to happen, to give me that lesson of, hey, go ask the fucking girl to dance. Or maybe, if I actually did go, who knows? But it makes a good story, it makes a good reminder. And hopefully that's something you can take too. Like, man, just go fucking ask the girl to dance. Go do the thing that you want to do. Go do the expressive, creative act, Rick Rubin, that you want to do. Be in your dharma. Fight in the war. Arjuna, Krishna, Bhagavad Gita. Because, dude, like, why the fuck not? Like, why not? Why should we withhold something that is yearning to come out? Now, one thing that just came to mind is this thing wanting to come out? Like, what is the root of it? Why is it wanting to come out? Is it wanting to come out because you need validation? Is it coming out because you don't feel like you're enough, but if somebody else thinks that it's enough, that it will be enough? Like, identify the root of why. This coming out is because I fucking want to share what I know. Because I feel like I've been through some really interesting things in my life, and I love speaking, and I love being of service to people, and this is something I feel really called to do amongst many other things that I can't wait to share with you. But then there was other times where I did want to do the same thing, but it felt so forced because I was so focused on, I wanted to make sure I looked a certain way, that I looked like I had it all figured out, that I looked perfect, that I looked whatever. And when I would watch those videos, like I would just cringe because it wasn't real. It wasn't authentic. I was trying way too fucking hard. And maybe even in a little bit of this, I'm trying too hard because this is new and I'm just trying to like figure it out. But like, ask yourself, like, why are you doing the things that you're doing? Be honest. You know your answers. You know what the truth is. Don't gaslight yourself. Don't numb yourself. Like, be with it. And if you really feel a strong calling for something that's coming from your heart, and you're just like, motherfucker, I gotta get this out, then fucking do it. And may this interesting video be an excuse, be a validation for you to go and just let it be messy and let it be the thing. Because thankfully, we both get more opportunities to continue to try again and refine it and refine it and refine it. And thank God for that, because if it had to be perfect the first time, I don't think anything beautiful would come. I mean, probably a couple things, but a lot of the beauty that we see in this world was most likely a process of refinement. Every great artist, musician, sculptor, painter, speaker, it all probably had some shitty, sloppy, weird moments in the beginning. And then through the dedication of wanting to commit to something, they found their way. So may we both find our way, and may it be an offering to something greater than ourselves. Can we take the pressure off of ourselves for it to be perfect, because we are not doing it from a performative standpoint? Now, mind you, there are like performances. Music is another one of my gifts that I want to share with the world, and there will be times when I will be performing in front of people, but it's not a performance in the sense of, am I enough for you? It's a performance in the sense of, let me express this with you. Right? It's a collaborative thing. Or like, you watching this video, is there anything that's resonating with you? Is there anything that you are taking from this, and the energy that you are feeling? Can you feel my energy coming across this? When you listen to music, when you see a painting that is just awe-provoking, there is an exchange. And that person was just yearning to express themselves. And what came forth was so beautiful and magnificent that you felt that resonance. So, can we allow these things to not only be an offering to something beyond ourselves, but a rejoicing for life in and of itself? And that we get to be alive, to be able to create and expand and grow and evolve. Fuck yeah. Love that shit. This worked out great. Thank you. Thank you for being here. This is the beginning of a very interesting journey. And I'm so excited to have you here with me. Much love.